Hi, everybody. How you doing? Dr. Gail and Mary here again. How are you doing? Hey, Chris MK. Hey, Susie 007. Hi, how are you doing? Hey, White Dragon. Thanks for joining us today. And we have already started off on a conversation this morning or this afternoon for y'all, or lunchtime for me. Anyway, first, I think we're going to move on a little bit before we dive into that and think about, hey, Dream Journey One, hey, Butterfly Kisses. Thanks for joining us today. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about Mary first. Let's talk about your services that you offer. So I know you have a list of them, and if you can explain them. Hey, Hypnoticity, hey, Spirit Watcher, Suzanne. So
I don't even remember all of the services that I have listed right now, but the main ones, when you guys are going to book, the main one that you as long distance people will probably want is the quantum healing, because that session gives us 2 hours of time to touch on anything that we need to touch on. With that, we can do ancestral healing, we can do soul retrievals, past life regression. It would also cleanses your energy field itself as we go through removing crystallized energies. And so we can put a little hypnosis into that if we need to, some journey work, some guided meditations. That's pretty much an all-inclusive.
Right. So what would it look like if somebody came to you or either on the phone? How would that session start off as?
It's really different for everybody, but because I connect, like in the morning, I connect with all of my clients for that day. Mm-hmm. If I have 4 sessions booked for that day, I'll take out all 4 charts and I'll call in the spirit team for all 4 of those people. And we have like a little get together. We have a brunch, we have our champagne together in the morning and we just talk about things. And so they kind of guide me into a general gist of what's either going to happen or something that needs to be looked at. And so then when I call that person, we're like, hey, well, how have things been since their last session? Or if they're new, I just ask kind of what they want out of the session, like what brought them to me, because there's always some issue. There's always something that brought people to me. It's not like they're calling just to have a fun chat. So I just want to see what they want out of it and kind of mix that in with what their guides are telling me they need out of it. And most of the time, like 98% of the time, those things are the same things, just from different perspectives. There's been maybe once or twice where someone's like, no, this is what I want out of this session. And I'm like, but that's not what you need. You need something way deeper than that. But they might not be ready, But most of the time, if someone's booking that kind of session with me, they're ready. On some level, they are ready.
Right.
But we also have Reiki sessions for people who just need some clearing, and I can do that long distantly. Also, we have the hypnotherapy sessions. And I don't even remember what other ones they have on there, but also we have the students and their meetings on there. So if you're taking the medicine wheel from me, then that will be a place you can set up your mentorship meeting. I'm going to start teaching advanced shamanism next year. I'm being guided to start recording those videos in January.
Okay.
So we'll have those available to people who are already full Mesa carriers who've already worked the wheel.
Okay, good. That sounds good. That's great. So anybody, you see Mary's website, therusticraven.net. If you want to book a session with her, you go there and you can book your session. So anyway, earlier today, I was, my guides were asking me, I was kind of asking them what we were going to do today. And because I didn't have a really plan, but the first thing I did was pull this stone up, my pink aura. And when I picked that up, I went, okay, if that's what you want me to work with today. And I thought, well, I haven't pulled out my color deck in a long time. I haven't pulled a lot of them out. And so I pulled out from the Secret Language of Color deck. And what color did I pull out? Pink. I was going, how can that happen? Pink. And of course, the card says, let love in. And it's going, the sentence in the book that I focused on was, become aware of any tension in your body. Take in a deep breath and allow your body to soften. focus on letting go of any hardness or density. So I think that's what this is. Everybody let love in and let go of some hardness and density. And I think we've been having a lot of density here lately. So let go of that. But then it came to, I decided, okay, I'm going to pull out of my Mystic Martian deck. And what did I pull out? Syrian A. What is she wearing? Pink. I was going, oh, I didn't know wear pink today. I should have been wearing pink. And this card is artistic integrity and honesty, which I think letting love in and softening. I think it's time for us to look at our artistic side, because all of us have been focusing so much on the hard part of what's been going on in politics and everything lately, is they're wanting us to soften, let love in, and look at your artistic side right now. It's going to help a lot of us.
Okay. And the interesting thing is that I pulled the Pachamama card.
Oh, look at that. Look at the color.
I know the color, but then also it's unconditional love.
Yes.
Is what it is. So I thought it was very interesting, especially with our colors, because even though you're not wearing pink, you're wearing red. Do you feel sexy in red?
Do I feel what?
Do you feel sexy in red? Do you feel wonderful in red?
Yeah, I love red, yes.
Right. So these are our self-love colors, because I really like blue. So I'm wearing my self-love color. And I don't know, did we ever rate this for nudity and sexual content? Because I love myself. This is a self-love day.
There you go.
We might need
Self-love day. Let's put that, and we'll make it. Well, we're going to R-rated. We'll put R-rated day.
At least PG-13.
Okay, PG-13.
PG-13 kind of day.
Because
we love ourselves.
You're not going to shave the booty then?
Do you want me to? It's your show. It is your show, Gail. Do not tempt me with a good time.
They'd be banning me on YouTube for sure.
I dropped my orange under the couch. I got it.
All right, well, thanks. Hey, Elise. Hey, Spirit Watcher Sam. Hey, In-Car. Thanks, Teresa, Aaron Mist, Emma Buddha. Thanks for coming and showing up today. I'm so glad y'all are here. Hey, Teresa. Anyway, so if y'all have any questions, y'all can go ahead and start putting them in. We can pull cards today, but we did have a conversation going on. And the conversation was about sex. And Mary, you can start off with that. You seem to be an expert in that field. In fact, you did a video on it. Didn't you do a video on your YouTube channel on it? You can talk about your YouTube channel.
Technically, I did a video about polyamory and the connections between people. It wasn't specifically about sex. But like, if you're going to like unleash me to say anything about that topic on your channel, you should probably be a little more specific. What specifically are we talking about here?
Things that are PG-13 that won't get you banned on YouTube. Oh, well, how the state started talking, and I'm not sure if she wants to talk about it. She says, I think they're trying to turn me into a lesbian. That's how it started. And I'm going, what is going on with you? And that's how the whole conversation started. And Mary is married, and she has children. So I am anxious to hear.
No, that wasn't actually a real statement. No, that was like a random thought that was in my head, because today has been a very loving day. There's been a lot of heart energy, a lot of love energy happening, whereas over the past couple of weeks since the eclipse, since the lunar eclipse, we've been feeling more, I like to call it shot out energy, just where I feel like my energy is way out here and it's fiery and consuming everybody in its path, and I'm going to eat you and breathe you in, you know, that like the masculine energy. And today I felt softer. I felt the feminine energy. I felt the love energy, that connection kind of energy. And that's how I imagine lesbians feel, just because they don't have penises. So they can't like actually attack anybody and consume them, you know, so that's why I said that. I feel like today I'm more lesbian and just very softened in my feminine.
Soft and loving. There you go. Soft and loving today. Okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. I mean, that does make perfect sense. You know, the soft and loving day. But anyway, So anyway, I guess it's time to start into some questions.
You want to make out, Gail?
Yeah, make up to the camera. Anyway, well, at the same time, we were laughing at because a couple of nights ago, I had a gray hybrid show up to me in my dream, presenting me with gifts, and I was like, okay, well, thank you for the gifts. Didn't know what it was all about. The next night, he showed up and he had flowers in his hand, and I'm going, what? What is going on here? And I'm going, not in this lifetime. What is going on? So anyway, we just went down this whole path of all about that.
Got a boyfriend. Gail's got an alien boyfriend. What is his name?
I don't know his name. I don't have no idea. I didn't ask any questions. I was so taken back by it that I didn't know what to say or do.
I mean, it's a little stalkerish. This alien just shows up at your doorstep. You don't know his name, but he's got presents for you.
And then the next night shows up with flowers.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little stalkerish. You should at least know his name.
I know.
He knows where you live.
I sat there and went through all the gray hybrid men that I knew, and it was none of them. But I was sitting there going, who are you? But he's gone now. I ran him off.
That's the perfect. Who are you? Of course, that's the question you ask when they show up at your door with flowers.
Yeah. Who are you? What are you doing here? Yeah, it was just really strange. But anyway, okay. Well, it's time for us to take some questions, it looks like, or we can pull a card for you. So go ahead. Anybody? And Susie's in the background. She's back there helping us out here. Okay, there you go. White Dragon, Mary. Some people are having issues with attachments. Do you handle those?
I do. And actually, Jared, poke your head in for 2 seconds, please, sir. Today I've been a lesbian with Jared.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird. Hey.
So,
we're total lesbians today.
So actually, someone dropped off a object yesterday that they believe has a demonic attachment on it. They say that I think that they have some sort of coven or something within their family, and something was supposedly summoned, and in order to control it, they tried to attach it to this object, and then the person living in the home was like, I cannot handle this, it's too much, and dropped it off for us to take care of. So Jared and I at some point are going to be taking care of that object while also tracking that energy to make sure that once the object is broken down, the energy isn't released from it to go to wherever, so that it's actually crossed over to the appropriate space. But yes, I do take care of attachments on people and on objects. People is a little bit more time consuming because they attach to you because you have some sort of affinity or weakness or low vibrating space within your energy field that allowed this lower vibrating energy that matched it and allowed it to attach in to begin with. So really we can detach it, but it's going to keep coming straight back, or something else similar is going to keep coming straight back until we change your vibration and raise that vibration in a way that that affinity is no longer there.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think that's the hardest part, is getting them to do their homework to make sure that negative entity is not interested in them anymore.
Well, I've only had, out of all the clients I've only had 3 that had attachments to the point where one session didn't take care of it.
Right.
I've only had 3 where the attachment was so strong that they were physically feeling things. They were being tortured on a daily basis. The first one, I worked with her for a while, but I think she was on medications that didn't allow her to remember the work that we did, because it was like starting fresh every single time. And then the second one, he was way too far gone before he even reached out for any sort of help. Like, it was out there. It was a disaster. His whole house had holes in the floors. Like, it was something on another level. But this third person that's come, this person also is being touched on a regular basis, and lights flickering and walls banging, and she's been kind of tortured with this particular entity for a few years, and we are 4 sessions, I think, deep with this, and it has almost gone. So yes, it's getting.
I'll never forget the second one that I went for, that I had to get rid of. I'll never forget it. And the girl had a flat tire. We couldn't meet in person, so we ended up doing it over the phone. But when that morning, when I was meditating right before the session, that negative energy came and pushed me on the chest. So, boom. And I thought, holy poo-poo, what am I dealing with here? I mean, it was torturing her. So yeah, I mean, some of them are a lot harder than others to get rid of.
Well, it's by the time it gets to the 3D realm, you know,
Right.
because we see attachments all the time. We see energy all the time with our third eye. And I've been attacked many times, energetic, to the 3D where they're feeling the physical touch and they're bearing bruises and marks and those sorts of things. That's when it's a little harder because it's been there for so long that it somehow managed to ease its way into this dimensional space. So those are pretty tough ones. Yes.
Yeah. And then, oh, bless you. And then after I started getting rid, for a while when I was getting rid of them, then they were putting me in charge of what I did with them afterwards.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm in charge of this. I usually just send it off with y'all. You know? and that was pretty amazing, because then I would have to take it up and they would say, okay, what do you want to do with it? And I would always just say, send it to school. Y'all decide what to do it. Send it to school. And so I would turf it off. They haven't, and I think that must have been the right answer, because I never said destroy it or whatever. I just said always rehab it. So obviously they were okay with that answer. Thank goodness. All right, so we have gone way off on that question. All right, what's next? Hey, Ingar. Hello, Dr. Gail and Barry. Thanks for all you do. Question for Dr. Gail. May I know the name of my Palladian guide? I forgot to ask you our last private reading. Thank you. Okay. Let me see. I'm getting Nicole. Well, that's a nice little name for Palladian guide. They want to be called Nicole, but I feel like it almost looks like a masculine guide wanting to be called Nicole. That's really
Pronouns
strange.
they, them.
What was that?
Pronouns of they, them.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, it feels like it's masculine, but that's the name they're giving me. So there you go. How about Mary? What you getting on that one? Anything? Are you getting
I
masculine?
like that. I like that. I like to think I'm a masculine energy.
Well, we all have masculine and feminine energy, so yeah. You got your business mind. That's usually going with the masculine side, I think.
You know what? Our astrologer here, she told me something that I really, really enjoy. Because I have the Capricorn moon, but I have a Cancer rising, she said that means that energetically I'm mommy and daddy. And I have never resonated with anything else more. I really like that. I was just telling them because Jared and Aaron were talking, and they were talking about, that they were the guys over on one corner and all the girls were all giggling somewhere else. And I didn't want to be a giggling girl. I wanted to be with the dudes.
Right. So what else is offered, and who all else is now working in your place that's offering? You have an astrologer. What else do you have?
Yeah, well, Sammy, she's our shop manager, and she also does astrology. She'll do birth charts, and those birth charts can get over 100 pages long. Like, she can really get into the nodes and the planets and all those different things. Very in-depth look at the different facets of your personality. Mm-hmm. And then as far as the other shopkeepers go, we have Braden and Dawson. And Erin is one of our shopkeepers, and she's also going to be doing a war room here. So she is a black belt, and she teaches women's self-defense. Mm-hmm. And so she's going to be doing a war room as well, where people can kind of get out a lot of their rage energy and destroy some things. Because in spirituality, it's not all about love and light. Our feminine energy is the birth and the death. It's the creation and the destruction. So there is something there about destruction that can be very cathartic and healing. And she's going to be bringing that soon. And then Jared, of course, you just met him. He is one of our shamanic practitioners here. So he does shamanic healing and Reiki. And is there anything else you want to say about that?
I think come up and give a little spiel about himself.
Give a spiel. Huh? You want to give a spiel?
I want to give a spiel.
You want to do a hair flip at least?
I'll do a hair flip.
Come do a hair flip. Do a hair flip. He has no spiel, he says, but he's going to do a hair flip for us. And that'll be fun and exciting.
Yeah.
Just right there. Just bring it in. Just do it. No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. No, come further down.
Yeah, I am gonna.
No, come here. Come here.
Or share
Now
it.
do it. Hair flip. Oh, yes.
I also do sound.
Oh, thank you.
Sound healing. That's a really big one. He does Native American flutes, gongs, the crystal singing bowls. What else? The drum. Yeah, he'll drum you.
It would have been easier for him to say all this.
She does such a good job.
He didn't have a spiel though.
Yeah.
It's fine. But he's really great at that. And Amber is working here now, and she is Reiki master, and she's starting to teach now here as well with Meg. She just she taught the Reiki 1 class last Saturday with Meg here. So she's really passionate about Reiki, so she's wanting to start to dive into that. And she's also a shamanic practitioner, and she's very passionate in the healthcare systems and wants to kind of redo the healthcare system. So she's really into those realms.
All right.
I think that's everybody who's like here in-house.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Inkar, there you go. Is you got a masculine Palladium, but he wants to be called Nicole, which I think is odd, but that's what they're saying. Okay. Well, there you go, Inkar. Let's go up to the next question. Okay, BC Mom. I have a Syrian guide named Anera. That's pretty. What does she help me with? Well, that was funny because, I had pulled out the Syrian card this morning, and it's always a reason for all that. And what does she help me with? Well, this card itself, I knew it was for somebody, and it's obviously for you. And artistic integrity and honesty. Artistic. She wants you to head towards your artistic side. And so that's what I'm getting. What, BC Mom, can you tell us what you do artistic, or is there anything that you like that's artistic? She wanted you just to move to that side, but anyway, Mary, you take it.
I think going hand in hand with that, something that just the vision I was picking up on was something around bravery. Mm-hmm. There might be spaces within your feminine nature or within your artistic nature that requires courage for you to step out into, because it's kind of unknown and expansive and abstract and mythic, and there's nothing concrete or logical about it. So I think that there's a lot of courage here that's being offered, that little push from this particular guide.
Yeah, they're telling me it's going to take your mind off of life if you head towards doing something artistic. So apparently you got a lot going on in your life, and they're wanting you to relax your mind. Okay, well, there you go, BC Mom. All right, who's next? Oh, okay. Oh, BC, photography and creative ways in dog training. Okay, great. That's great. Yes, that is true. Okay, good. There you go. Well, they want you to be more involved in that. Okay, that's great. All right, next. Hey, Katie. Self-love. You guys, I'm home today because my daughter's hospitalized. Oh, no. She's hospitalized herself for her mental health troubles. Dr. Gail, do you see any insights? Her name is Cleo. She's 23. Well, I see. I immediately see she's very connected to the other side. She's struggling. I don't know, Katie, if you are talking about her metaphysical abilities or she's hiding it, but she's struggling with that. Here, you got some stuff. I can go on more, but you go ahead.
I mean, I do feel like she has a lot of metaphysical gifts, and honestly, anyone struggling with mental health does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, like any of these things, they're all energetic things. So it might be that there's many gifts that she hasn't learned how to hone and use yet. But there's also an element here of a little bit of ungroundedness, because she may have so many gifts out here that are focused, that are distracting her, and her focus energetically isn't into the self and into the third dimensional body and into this realm. So she may need a little bit more grounding along with some healing work.
Okay, good. She has anxiety, depression, but she's also a witch. Okay. I also see that there's people trying to contact her on the other side is what I'm seeing. And I don't know if she is accepting it or turning them away or what's going on there. They're trying to get her attention. And I think whenever she acknowledges them or puts her boundaries up, I think she's going to have an easier time. She needs to learn how to do the boundaries with her gifts. That's what I'm getting. Because it looks like there's quite a few beings that are trying to contact her. Okay, Katie. Hopefully she's going to get better. But if you can help her through some of that and help her through whoever's these people are trying to get in touch with her coming through. I don't think they have any malice about them. I just think they're aggravating her.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, next. All right. Hey, Damaris. Card, please. Okay, let's do a card. I think I'm going to pull out of my Starseed Oracle deck for you. Mary, you going to pull you a card?
You want me to pull in two?
Yeah, what deck are you getting? You have today?
Today I have Alberto's deck, the Mystical Shaman Oracle.
Ooh.
Looks like that.
Well, one just fell out, so let me get to see what that one is. Loosen your grip. Okay, it's coping mechanism, density, addiction, let God in. So you're holding too tight, Damaris. I think we might have had this card before for you, if I can remember correctly, that you're holding on too tight. You need to loosen your grip. You've got so much density around you. They're wanting you to loosen it up. And yeah, that's basically it. Loosen up, Damaris. What you got, Mary?
The Spiral.
Oh, I love that card.
So while you're loosening your grip on all the logic and everything else and learning to come into flow within yourself, you may fall deep into the depths of your own psyche and end up in some paradigm of different dimensions. And that's where you're going to find the authenticity that you are searching for.
There you go, Damaris. Okay, next.
Do drugs.
Do drugs. You tell somebody to do drugs.
Like sacred plants. Sacred plant medicine.
Son of a, because maybe
Wait,
you
can we have a disclaimer
like that.
under that?
What was that?
We need a disclaimer.
Yeah. All right. So, son of what? Are there any ETs who have a crush on me?
Woo, woo, woo.
What kind do you want?
Hey man, I'm starting to feel a little left out. I need an alien boyfriend now too. I'll settle for an alien girlfriend.
I immediately saw an Arcturian, sexy Arcturian lady around you. I don't know if she has a crush on you or not, but she must be one of your guides.
You know what? I'm going on strike. I'm not going to speak to any of my guides until I get a guide boyfriend or girlfriend.
I don't even know that guides. I don't know. He's not a guide. I don't know who he was. I didn't ask his name. So, but anyway.
I don't really. Now my guides are all upset.
I didn't even know that could happen. Didn't know it was possible, but I don't see why not. But anyway, there you go, son of what? I think you have a blue Arcturian guide, and she is very pretty, but I don't know if she's crushing on you. Okay. All right, next. All right, Rana Wolf. Okay, so what do you all know about the sexuality of other worlds? Do they reproduce as humans do? Do they form? Oh, I can tell you all about that. Oh, all the different species. Okay, the most fascinating, and it might scare y'all a little bit, was when I met Sally. And Sally is descendant of the deers. I got hair in my mouth. Descendant of the deers. And she was the first one, and I was actually in Mary's store when I first met her. It's the first one that I saw that I wasn't meditating. And it freaked me out. And her energy just made my emotions go all over the place when she showed up. But anyway, she told me, she was the one that warned me not to touch ETs. And because she said for them, that was a sexual act. And what they did is they have sex through their ears. And so I can draw you. I can draw you a tongue. And so if you hug them or touch them,
I feel like I need to play romantic music in the background. Hand me a guitar, guys.
yeah, hug them, they would stick their tongue in your ear, and their tongues, I can't do it. I mean, their tongues are really long and look kind of like that with bars on it. And that's what would go into your ear. So, and it would kill us. So anyway, she warned me about that. and on their planet, they have sex with anybody, and she identified it kind of like dogs, that they just have sex with anybody, anytime, whatever. And then there's what's her name? Were you gonna play us a song?
I'm playing romantic music while you talk about how all the aliens have sex.
Well, there's all different ones. I mean, the reptilians are very similar to us. They have the the patriarch, the matriarch. They have the same things, and they have the same families, and they live. Actually, my second book's going to be on a lot of this stuff. And Sandy, they get pregnant only for one time in their life, and it's for 24 months pregnancy, and she is a Lyran. Anyway, I can go on and on and on about all that, because I asked those questions when I was meeting them, and I have written them all down. But that will be a lot in my second book. So anyway, they're all different. They're all different, all very interesting, but all different. So, Mary, you have anything to say about that? Have you ever talked?
That was the most interesting thing I've ever heard you say. Like, I think I got to something about ears and then the tongue, and I just had to go into like support the romance mode.
Yes.
I know zero things about how aliens mate.
Well,
I know lots of things about how people mate. Yeah,
they're the only ones. Sally's the only ones that you have to really watch out, that you can't touch. And for a long time, I thought every ET I met, I can't touch them. I can't touch them because of what she had said. And so I was scared to death of having them come near me or touch them. And I was doing a lot of, medical rescuing, and I was having to put bandages on and fix them up. And so I was down and gloved and
with them constantly. Well, it's funny because we did our love language test up here, and it turns out physical touch is like my number one love language. And it's like Jared's number one and Aaron's number one, and it's like I think it's Sammy's top two. So like our Braden's number one. I don't know. Like we're all physical, touchy people, and that's just how we feel loved and lesbian. So I don't know. Like on the complete opposite of those aliens, they probably think that I am a real whore because I would touch all of those aliens.
Well, you can't touch them all. It's just Sally's, and she was, I don't remember, she was my first one that I met. So I thought, because I met her, it was the first one I had met that I wasn't meditating and I could see her, that I thought all of them were like that, but that's not true. It was just her race. And so I was just acting like that for a long time because I thought, I can't touch any of them. I don't know what's going to happen.
How easy would that be, though? Like if you had a dear alien boyfriend.
Now we're really getting out there.
It's so easy, though. Touch.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's my ear, guys.
Yeah, but the thing is that ear, they're putting their tongue in your ear because their tongue's like this long. It would kill you. It'd go right straight through your brain.
I'm down to try. There's got to be a safe way to do it. There's hybrids, right?
Yes, they're hybrids. There are a lot of hybrids. Yes.
Let's move on before I.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take
We've got to move on.
next question. All right, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, when is my ET guide going to show themselves to me? Well, it just depends. They might be showing themselves to you. You might be that you're not visual. It could be that you're hearing them, feeling them. Some people are not as visual as others, and you have to figure out, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, I don't know if you are more visual or hearing. There's so many people who are auditory that they're ones that tend not to see them as much, but they hear them and feel them. Okay, Mary, your turn.
There was an ambulance going by. I muted myself.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I completely agree with all of that. I think we're on the same page. But I do think that with this particular person, I do think that there are certain guides that actually have not completely shown themselves yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like there's a feeling that they've shown parts of themselves or made themselves known, but they haven't fully come out there. And whatever that is, it might just be something around timing. So with some people, their guides don't fully show themselves because it would frighten them, or it just wouldn't be good for their energy. It just might not be the correct time for a full out there, look at me kind of.
And it does have a lot to do with your energy and in your vibrational level, because I can remember when I started meeting them, I was getting sick all the time on my stomach. And they were trying to protect me, and they put me in bubbles and all sorts of things to protect me. But there was like several months that I was just nauseated for several months. And it was because I was meeting so many different ETs. They're coming one after another. And so it does take some adjusting to start meeting them and getting your vibration up. And anyway, there you go. There you go, Spirit Watcher Suzanne.
No,
Okay.
That's true. Because I see, when I used to see guides and spirits and ancestors and lost souls all the time, but it wasn't until I met with alien guides,
right,
that I started feeling like my energy was really zapped, like or feeling like dizzy or like heart racing and things like that, because they have a very different kind of frequency.
Right, and it's a lot higher, because to me it's real easy to connect to the ones that have passed now on their frequency or vibration. And ETs are too now too, but anyway, it is harder, I think, or a higher level. But okay, all right, Chris MK. Let's see. I saw a new ET face twice today. Said yes when I asked if it was the Nocturian guide. Is this real? Oh wow, yes, you lucky girl. Amazing experience I've been having. Yay, Chris, Nocturian guide. Those are great guides, Nocturian guides. So good. I'm glad you met them and saw the face. And hopefully, if you get a little sick or nauseated, Chris, just know that is from the exposure to that. So that's what we were just talking about. So good for you. Yes, that is true, Chris. Yes. How about you, Mary?
Stop doubting yourself. You have to write a comment like that after your guides have literally already talked to you twice today, not just once, but twice. That guide talked to you twice today and answered you, said yes to you. And now you're on here asking us, these petty little humans, if it's real. So I feel like you just offended your guide, and you should probably go apologize and not do that again.
You got a little slap there.
We all do it. We all just want that.
I know we all do. Yes. I mean, when I started, I thought for sure I was going crazy. I mean, yeah. So I needed a lot of validations when it all began for me. Thank goodness for Meg, and thank goodness for you. Y'all kept telling me I was okay.
You should probably still get your brain scan though.
Well, I don't want to know now. If I got a brain tumor, I'm fine.
If I have a brain tumor now, it's done.
Yeah, it's done. I'm fine with it.
Okay. I think I said that the other day too. I think it was Martin. I said, my husband, I said that too. I said, so what if I started the Rustic Raven, I have this building, and all these people come here for, psychic healing and energy healing. What if I wake up one day and I was actually just had a tumor and I have to have surgery to have it removed? And then all of these people are like, oh my God, she taught me for years how to be a psychic, and she was really just freaking crazy.
Well, you do hear that all the time about people saying they wanted to shut it down and they shut it down. So anyway, yeah. About Martin's probably just going, oh gosh, there she goes again off the tracks.
He actually might think I'm a little crazy, but he knows it's real. He just doesn't want to look at it.
Right. Okay. Hey, Patty. My friend Nicole started a new job in the fall of 2022. She is very unhappy with the job itself and her supervisor. Will things change for the better for her? Well, yeah, if she leaves the job.
Yeah, not there.
Yeah. So there you go, Patty. There's the answer. Things will get better only when she leaves the job. That's a bad environment for her. Okay. All right. Next. Wendy. Hi, Dr. Gail, and hi, Mary. Any message from any one of my guides or loved ones that have passed? Okay. Hey, Wendy. Wendy, I believe I was wanting you to come on and experience. Is this the same Wendy? I haven't gotten a message from you. I'm putting you on the spot. Putting you on the spot because I like to do an experiencer, ET experiencer. I like to do that to bring people out, be able to expose or talk about what they've done, so it allows other people to know that they're not crazy. So anyway, okay, there we go, Wendy. I'm pulling out the Star Seed, or well, I'm thinking I'm going to pull out the Mystic Martian deck today. Mystic Martian. This is one of your favorites, isn't it?
I mean, it's adorable. Come on.
It is. It is. I like this deck too. Oh, Venetians. Wow, what? Look at that, Venetians. Romance, empathy. What are we talking about today? Yes, that's perfect. Perfect for you and perfect for actually, this is good for everybody. Wendy, yes. So sorry, been busy. Yes, still interested. Okay, good. Yeah, just let me know. We can arrange it, later on about coming on, but it does help people experience. If you talk about your ET experiences, it does help everybody else out. All right, Mary, you got a card for her or you got a message for her?
Yes. And I think that ours are probably going to flow together because my card was the card of water. Mm-hmm. And with that, we're really looking at emotions and letting your emotions flow, and that, not resisting anything or becoming hardened in any particular state. So it's just about letting everything flow through, allowing yourself to be angry when you're angry and happy when you're happy, and just see how that ripples through. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the self-love thing that's been happening. Mm-hmm. So what do the Venetians have to say?
The Venetians are a planet of love, and that is a great planet to go in. That's my favorite planet, Venus, is to go on. Actually, my dog, my white German Shepherd that passed away, that's where she's from. She's a Venetian. And when she took me on that planet, it was just beautiful. Just the love and everything on that planet. It's great.
So I think that your guides at this time are giving you a message around self-love and loving yourself through all the things, not picking and choosing what you want to love about yourself, or the emotions that you're having that you want to love, or the experiences you've had that you want to love, just letting it all as a whole flow through. And sometimes that water is going to be like a still pool that you can see your reflection in. Sometimes it's going to be a raging waterfall, or it might be a hurricane, but whatever it is, just allow it to be whatever it is in that particular moment.
Okay, there you go, Wendy. All right, who's next? All right, Sue Toffee. May I know the names of my main ET guide? Okay, Sue Toffee. I see a gray hybrid that's calling himself Ray.
I was picking up Raynaud.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I was like, well, that seems like a crazy name. I'm just going to let Gail answer that.
What did you say the name? You got Ray what?
Raynaud.
Raynaud.
That's a real name, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
He wants to be called Ray, though.
Yeah, he wants to be called Ray. So there you go, Sue. Or you can call him Raynaud or Ray. But he's telling me Ray. So there you go. It's a gray hybrid. He seems kind of lighthearted and fun. Okay, Anita. May I have 2 cards? Good vibes. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull a color one for you for the good vibes. If I can find my color cards. There, you can go ahead while I'm trying to find my color cards.
Well, I had 3 jump out, so let's look at these. The water one and the spiral run jumped out again.
Oh my gosh,
We've already talked about those.
We've talked about love and sex and everything.
And now fire. The interesting thing about the fire card is that it's actually a masculine element. So whereas water and earth are feminine elements, air and fire are masculine elements. So when we're looking at fire, a lot of the time we can bring passion to the self-love, but what is that exactly? Fire energy, what it does is it brings action to the emotion. So if you have the emotion card here, this is telling you to act on that emotion and allow yourself to spiral into your authenticity and into who you are becoming.
That's great. Okay. Well, I got the card lavender. Lavender. Oh, there we go. Lavender.
Pretty. Are those pansies?
It says
Lavender. It's actually the flower lavender.
it's actually the flower lavender. See, can you see it? Okay. And it says connect to body, mind, and soul. So that goes right along with what Mary was saying about the male and the female, feminine energy, male energy. And this is wanting you to connect your body, mind, and soul all together. So it sounds like that's a theme for you, is that you need to bring it all together. All right. Anything else, Mary?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Next. Hey, BJ, you've mentioned to me before that I have alien hybrids elsewhere. Okay. That's so exciting. Does that mean they are 100 years old, eggs used in different life? I'm just 37 in this life and still their mom. Oh, well, time only exists on Earth, BJ. It doesn't exist out there. All sorts of timelines are going on at the same time. So yes, you can be 37 years old on Earth, but you've also had some past lives on other planets. So you can be having hybrid babies on different planets at different timelines, at different body that you've had. So anyway, Mary, you go ahead.
I don't have much to say about that, honestly, because at this point, unless I mean, you've told me that I have hybrid babies myself, but unless I remember having alien sex, I'm not acknowledging them. I'm not acknowledging them. Okay. This is where I am today. This is part of my self-love day, is I want an alien boyfriend.
It doesn't necessarily have to be sex. They do have a genetic lab.
I, for today, am not acknowledging my alien hybrid babies until I have some sort of memory of alien sex.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, I think your answer for BJ, was right. Time does not exist in the same way outside of this planet.
Yes. Okay. All right. Next. All right. As we heal each other by Pureit White. Okay. I was told yesterday that the 3 oval lights that came to my bedroom were ETs. The person could not say who they were. Would you be able to tell me? It was your family. I get Palladium family that was there with you. It's your Palladium family, and they were checking in on you, and you see them all the time, or they come around all the time. That was probably the first time that you actually saw them or connected with them or acknowledged them. Oh, and they're very happy about it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of love energy happening.
Yeah. Great. That's great. Because I mean, I just feel it. It's good. It's your family. So there you go. Okay, next. Hey, Starfish. Since Arcturians have no body, why would they need ships? Well, they do have bodies. It's just depending on what density. And when you look at Arcturians, they tend to be like 7th density, but they do range from 5 to whatever. So the ones that are lower, like the ones I work with, the White Dragon works with, they're like in 5D. So they do have bodies. So it just depends on what level they're at. Okay.
Plus, I think ships are just really cool. Like, even if I could fly, I'd probably still want like a badass spaceship to zoom around in.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Stickers and decals on it. Like
I've got one.
daily stickers.
I've got one, and actually I've got another one. I know I've got a new job coming, and last night I was riding in a new spaceship that I hadn't seen before, but I don't have any details about that. But I've got a new one, and it's large. I have a little tiny one that I call it my little ambulance, because we go around and rescue ETs in it, and it's my medical ship. So this new one, I'm not sure why. I still don't. That's to come. I'll find out what else.
But I mean, also humans can walk, but right. We still have cars.
True. Yeah, that's a good point.
Love you, Starfish.
Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Patricia. My meditation is renewing my strength in myself. Can you check my chakras? Sure. let's see. I've got a chakra garden here that I can check the chakras. This is what I usually do on my medical show on some Mondays, and it's your throat chakra that needs help, Patricia. So I'm going to send you some blue light, blue lapis. This is my egg that's in its nest that you'll be getting some blue light from that. And I'm going to unlock it with a key. Go and unlock it with a key. Okay. All right, you're good. I've got a lot of fancy tools for all that now.
That was really cool.
Yeah, Mondays, I was trying to show the garden where you could see where the chakras go. And this is a piece of silk, and it goes in. And it does have on here like her throat chakra. It went all the way to the throat, but sometimes it would go up, and it says you need to express yourself, or it'll say earth energy. And if it goes to earth, then that means for her to open up that throat chakra, she needs to be around earth, or need to be barefoot in the ground, or she needs to express herself. So it gets a little more detailed into that, what's happening with that. So yeah, that's what this garden is about.
Does my root need to be unlocked?
Does your root need to be unlocked? Let me see.
I think
I was getting ready to say something about that, but I'm biting my tongue. Okay.
because you want to lock it instead.
No, I'm just thinking. No, I'll tell you. It was just gonna be funny.
Yeah, let it be funny because I feel like
Yes, it's your sacral.
Of course, it's my sacral.
Why?
Because I want to shake my booty. You know, she got me all excited about shaking my butt on camera. I know she rated it for nudity. Did we rate it for sexual content?
No. Okay. All right.
But she's over there locking my sacral back as we speak. Like off camera, she's locking it.
No, I'm correcting. All right. I would just put an orange key in the sacral area, and I'm here to follow your passion.
Got a passion in my pants, and I ain't afraid to show it.
You're good now. It's open, but that's what it's saying. You need to show your passion. Apparently, sounds like you're holding back. You need to let go.
I want to shake my butt on your show, Gail.
You can shake your butt with your clothes on.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
For my shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, you can shake your butt if you got to keep your clothes on.
Okay, at the end, I'll shake. If you guys make it to the very end in 7 minutes, I will shake my butt on this camera.
All right, next. Hey, Carmela, how can I calm the buzzing and ringing in my ear? Should my headache from my third eye have gone away by now? Oh my gosh, you're still having problems with that third eye, huh, Carmela? Let me check that out. This is usually my Monday show when I'm doing the chakras. Okay, let me see about that third eye.
Just right off, I think some lavender energy would do really good. And you've already pulled the lavender card today.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also showing it's your throat chakra that's bothering now. You're not expressing yourself is what it's showing. And you're actually the one that needs the earth energy. Oh, gosh, that makes sense. Your third eye is open now, and you're needing to ground more, Carmela. That's what's going on. That's not exactly your throat chakra. It's what they're telling me is you need to ground because that was open. Yeah, you need to get outside. You need to ground. You need to do whatever you need to do to ground, and that will help you. So there you go, Carmela. Okay, next. Okay. Oh, I haven't seen you. Hey, may I please have 2 cards? Thank you. Go ahead, Mary. Start yourself with the card.
Okay. The card I've got is the medicine wheel card.
There you go.
Okay, so with this one, we're looking at how to bring harmony and well-being to the system. So I think that you might need a little guidance into bring harmony and balance to your body, emotional, physical, and spiritual. And there's lots of different tools to doing that with. There's medicine for doing that as far as healing work goes, shadow work goes, just really looking at the self, being honest with yourself, and then also releasing past traumas and working towards destiny. So there's a whole wheel of things in medicine available to you, but I think it's time to start your healing work, to start healing past traumas so that you can start moving forward towards destiny and choosing what you want your life to be.
And I got star bathing.
Ooh.
Star bathing. And it's saying light body. They want you to connect to the crystal grid for transmission and activation. That has perfect. So they want activation on that medicine wheel. That's perfect. Yes, that's what you need.
You know, I did my first spinal activation the other day.
Really?
Yes. You know, we're used to doing auric activations, the more kinetic activations of the third eye, and even heart activations. But you don't realize how much is held within the spinal cord, information and past things. And I was guided into doing a spinal activation recently.
That's amazing because because I'm a chiropractor. I mean, that's where I would definitely go. Or then on my show on Monday, I do a lot of adjusting, energetic adjusting on that show. But yeah, I'll have to look at that too about the energy there. All right. All right, one last question, then Mary's going to shake her booty. Hypnicity. How do I know what role I fit best in? Am I a way shower shaman? I know I'm, but feel I'm a medium. Oh, hypnicity, don't put yourself in a box. You can be all that. Yeah, I've tried to do that in the beginning myself, was to put myself in a box. First it was, oh, I must be medium. Oh, I must be this. Well, now I'm in a lane of my own. So
an alien lover.
Yeah. So anyway, don't put yourself in a box. You can take courses and all that, but bring them all in together for your own, what you can do with them. I mean, there's all sorts of things that you can learn and research, but make it all personal to you and what you can do with it. What do you have, Mary?
You have you have all of those archetypes within you anyways. So you're going to be shaman, healer, teacher, way shower, shapeshifter, dream walker. You're going to be all of these things. And so the only reason we even have those names or those labels is so that we can tell other people what we are. And being true to quantum physics, by the time we tell someone what we are so that they can define us within that moment, then we have suddenly crystallized ourselves into one thing in their perception. So don't do it. Like, let's hop on board with the they, them thing, you know? Like, what are you? Do you have to put yourself in this role or in this box and tell them exactly what you are? No. You're just everything. You can tell them you're magical. You're wonderful.
Or you can say you're just an energy healer. Just
simplest way to do that, I suppose. I'd make up something like really out there that they wouldn't know what it meant.
Okay, this is the last question. Do some types of angels incarnate? I think so. I think we have them down here that help us, and they do incarnate, and will go to different planets too. I'm not sure about that, but I don't see why they would be different than any other being. What do you think, Mary?
I believe that they do. Actually, I think that angelic beings, what defines them is their vibrational level.
Right.
So they can incarnate into any particular system in order to shift vibrational levels on that planet. So.
All right. Well, that's it for today. Mary, take it.
I need music.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we will see y'all later. Bye-bye.